Every civilization has its monsters, creatures born of darkness, beasts that exist to be slain. But what if I told you the most famous monster in all of mythology was never a monster at all? You know her name. Medusa, the woman with snakes for hair. One look, and you turn to stone. But that is the version they wanted you to hear. The real story? It is not about a monster. It is about a woman, a priestess, a victim, who was punished for someone else's crime. Before the snakes, before the stone gaze, before the legend, there was a girl. Her name was Medusa, and she was beautiful. Not the kind of beautiful people whisper about, the kind they wrote poetry about. Golden hair that caught the sunlight, eyes that made men forget their own names. But Medusa did not care about beauty. She had given her life to one thing: Athena, goddess of wisdom, goddess of war. Medusa was a priestess in her temple. She took a sacred vow: devotion, purity, service, and she meant every word. Every morning, she lit the incense. Every evening, she swept the marble floors. Every night, she prayed. She believed Athena watched over her, protected her, that as long as she served faithfully, no harm could ever reach her. She was wrong. Poseidon, god of the sea, brother of Zeus, one of the most powerful beings in existence. He answered to no one. And one night, he walked into Athena's temple, not to pray, not to worship. He came for Medusa. Because gods do not ask, they take. What happened next, history has tried to soften. Some versions say he seduced her. Others say she was willing. But the oldest texts, the ones closest to the truth, say something far darker. Poseidon took what he wanted, inside Athena's own temple, on sacred ground. And Medusa could do nothing. Because you do not fight a god, you survive one. When it was over, Medusa did the only thing she knew. She crawled to the altar, and she prayed. Not for revenge, not for power, for justice. I kept my vow. I served you faithfully. I did everything you asked. Please, help me. And Athena heard every word. Every single word. But justice did not come. Athena looked at her temple, defiled, desecrated. She looked at Poseidon, a god, her uncle, untouchable. And she looked at Medusa, a mortal, disposable. Athena made her choice. She could not punish Poseidon. He was her equal. So she punished the only one she could. Your beauty invited this, so I will take it from you. Let no man ever look at you again without turning to stone. The goddess of wisdom chose the easiest target, not the attacker, the victim. And then it happened. Medusa's golden hair twisted. Each strand hissed. Each strand became a living serpent. Her soft skin hardened into scales. Her warm eyes turned cold. Amber, unnatural, deadly. The girl who gave everything to her goddess was turned into the thing people would fear for 1,000 years. A monster. Not because of what she did, but because of what was done to her. Let that sink in. She was punished for being a victim by the goddess she worshipped. They drove her out. No trial, no hearing, no chance to speak. Medusa fled to the edge of the world, a cave, cold, dark, alone. And the people came, not to listen, not to help, to kill the monster. Heroes, soldiers, kings, they all came with swords drawn, and every single one looked into her eyes. She did not choose this power. She did not want it. Every stone figure in that cave was not a trophy. It was a reminder that she could never be close to anyone again. But the gods were not finished with her. Years passed. Medusa's legend grew, and Athena, the goddess who cursed her, now wanted her dead. She found a young hero, Perseus. She gave him a mirrored shield, told him exactly where Medusa slept, told him exactly how to kill her. Think about that. The same goddess who punished Medusa for being attacked now sent an assassin to finish the job. Why? Because Medusa was not just a monster to them. She was evidence. Evidence of what the gods really are. Perseus crept into the cave. He did not look at her directly. He used the shield as a mirror. Step by step, breath by breath, and in that reflection, he saw her. Not the monster he expected. A woman, exhausted, broken, asleep, surrounded by the stone remains of everyone who ever came for her. Did he hesitate? History says no. But I wonder, one swing. That is all it took. And Medusa, the girl who prayed every morning, the priestess who kept her vow, the woman who was punished for someone else's sin, was gone. But here is what they never tell you. From her blood, two beings were born. Pegasus, the winged horse, a symbol of freedom and beauty. Even in death, something beautiful came from her pain. She was never the monster. She was the sacrifice. So the next time someone tells you the story of Medusa, ask them one question. Who was the real monster? The woman who was cursed for being a victim? The god who attacked her inside a sacred temple? Or the goddess who blamed her and then sent someone to cut off her head? Medusa did not become a monster because she was evil. She became one because the gods needed someone to blame. And the powerful always choose the voiceless. Remember that. Because this story is not ancient. It happens every single day. The names change, the temples change, but the story stays the same. If this story changed how you see Medusa, subscribe. Every week we reveal the truth behind the myths you thought you knew. Next episode, the god who was chained to a rock for 10,000 years for the crime of giving fire to humanity. Prometheus. Coming soon.